Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Claire, aka Smurfy Girly, in the conservatory today with the back door open and the sun is out full force. I couldn't be bothered to take my bottles out into the garden, plus the sun is so strong I'd be squinting. So the lighting in here is a bit odd because of that strong sun, so I hope that that doesn't bother you. You can see it's going to change and all of that, but who cares? It's all about smells anyway, isn't it? So this video is my perfume tray for March, or the rest of March, because we're about almost a week into March now. And I forgot to, oh no, I have got them all. I suddenly thought, hang on, I haven't gone and got the perfumes. I have, they're all here. They're sitting on the seat beside me. The cat is just down over there. I think she heard me put some biscuits in her bowl, so she has woken up. And first of all, before we get into the perfumes that I'll be wearing in March, I'm going to tell you about one that I finished yesterday. I actually emptied a bottle of perfume yesterday. It's one that has been almost empty for stands to reason. It's been almost empty for a little while, but I knew it was nearly done, and so I put it at the top of my perfume where I keep the whole collection, and sort of made myself wear it because I just wanted to finish it. So it is this one here, Tom Ford Soleil Neige, and I bought this a few years ago. I specifically remember testing it as I went through an airport on holiday. I was going through a little bit of a tough time, and it was something that I thought, you know what, I wouldn't mind buying this as like a cheer myself up gift. And I didn't buy it at the airport because I don't like paying full retail. Being a fragrance that's been out for a long time, I felt that I'd be able to pick it up on the second-hand market. Obviously, you do have to be really careful. Tom Ford are very much well faked, but I got it on a group of trusted UK sellers in on the Facebook, and it was an almost full bottle at that point. Now 2 or 3 years has passed, and I finished it. I have reviewed this one twice. I reviewed it from a sample that I had, or a small decant, and then I reviewed it again, I think when I got the bottle. And so I won't go on and on about it. You can go back and look at those reviews, but I will say I do really enjoy it. I enjoyed wearing it yesterday. I oversprayed because there was such a little amount left, but there was more than one wearing, and I just thought, just get rid of it. So I oversprayed, and I used to complain about the longevity when I first tried it. Actually, the longevity is great. I think because I had a small decant, I didn't spray enough. You do have to overspray, in my opinion, to get a little bit of a projection and a noticeable aura. But apart from that, yeah, it's fine. The projection and longevity is great. It smells like a musky, sweet floral. There are citrus notes in the top that I find a little bit acidic, and not everyone's gonna love it, I think, for that reason. But once it calms down, so when I first sprayed it on, I thought, I don't even know if I really want to wear this one today. But the magic happens, like with so many fragrances, the magic truly happens in the dry down. And then you get this powdery, sweet, it's called an amber note, but in my opinion it's more on the vanillic side. It's not one of those really resinous ambery accords. It feels more like a powdery, very mildly resinous accord, but it's so beautifully balanced, so beautifully balanced with the floral notes. There's a carrot seed note in here, and that's what gives it, I think, this sort of powdery muskiness that I really like. So this is a very strong like. However, I'm not going to be repurchasing because, as I said in a previous video, I'm trying to have less fragrances, not more. So yeah, this is certainly one that if someone was to gift me a bottle, I would appreciate it, and it would still get a wearing here and there, but it's not one I'm going to go after. Maybe in a few years time I'll feel like I want it again, but for now I'm quite happy to say goodbye to Tom Ford Soleil Neige. And now let's get into the fragrances for the month of March. I have the season in mind to a degree, but my priorities here were to choose fragrances I haven't worn in a while, like I've been doing, because it's my plan is to look at these with a view of also, would I declutter them? So there's that sort of, that's in the back of my mind now. I don't feel like I need to do a big declutter anymore. I just need to concentrate on not adding more to my collection and maybe using up some of those fragrances that are nearing the end. So let's start with that. So this is my most summery, freshest option here, and it is an almost empty bottle, and it is Xerjoff's Renaissance 1861. This is a long-lasting but very natural smelling citrus fragrance primarily. There's a mint note in here which I just think adds something a little extra. I really do seem to enjoy a mint note if it doesn't go too synthetic. It doesn't smell like toothpaste or, you know, mint choc chip ice cream or anything like that. Oh, mind you, I can enjoy all of those aspects as well, but I think in a fragrance like this, it's so naturalistic that the mint needs to smell like a fresh mint leaf from the garden that you've just picked, and that is the effect that we have here. Just feels like a whole load of citruses, maybe a hint of a fruitiness, but very much a fresh fruit salad with mint leaves on top. There is a note of vetiver. I don't actually pick it up, but I do think that it's part of the reason this is so long lasting. So for me, this is, despite being so natural smelling, so fresh and citrusy, I will get an 8-hour, if not longer, day out of it. Really, really invigorating. Would I pay full retail for it? No, I never have. I think I had a bottle before, and I think I got this one as sort of partial. I don't know that I would replace this now, because I've had it so long and I haven't used it up, and because I've just bought Pomelo Paradis and Clarence's Eau de Jardin, both of those very citrusy, natural smelling fragrances, I don't think I need that many of that type of thing. So once I use this up, that will be it. It will be gone. A fragrance I haven't worn very much of for quite a while, so that's why this one's on the list. I'm pretty certain this is not on the chopping block. I don't think I will ever get rid of it. I just need to wear it more often. It's B from Zoologist, and this is quite a rich, I call it a gourmand. It's got a honey note. Actually, I don't think it officially has a honey note. I think it has a beeswax note. It has the product of a bee's bum in some way or another, and that does lend it that sort of sweet stickiness, which is lovely. It's gloopy, but not in that typical designer, you know, designer syrupy fruits. It's not like that. It's more like, it's a bit like smelling treacle or something like that. But then you have some florals. There is, I'm pretty sure it's orange blossom. There's a real tang to it. I can't remember the notes, if I'm completely honest. I think there's some more sort of savoury notes, probably some vanilla as well, but it's sticky. It's sticky, but in that more treacly direction. But imagine treacle that has had orange flowers steeped in it. It's really, really beautiful. It's quite rich, which is, I think, the reason I don't wear it that often, because I tend to wear more grab and go, easy reach, lighter kind of fragrances. But this is a true beauty, so I wanted to make sure that I wear it this month. That's B from Zoologist. I had this on my arm last night when I went to bed, and it's Rome 1963 from 4160 Tuesdays. This is a fragrance I've definitely reviewed or at least talked about on this channel going back a long time ago. One of my early finds when I got really into fragrances. Rome 63 is, I believe this might also have a honey note as well, or if not, the florals just come off honeyed. It's I think it's tuberose, definitely white floral, but quite woody, and sometimes makes me think a little bit of wood polish. Really musky in the dry down, and it's just a real nostalgic thing because of how much I loved it when I first discovered 4160 Tuesdays. So I only got it fairly recently, but I haven't been wearing it that much, or, you know, it's had 1 or 2 wears and that's it. So my plan is to give it a little bit more of love. And then we have the beautiful Tobacco Rose. I think this is my third bottle. First bottle I bought retail directly from the brand. Second bottle I got as a partial, but almost full, I think, second hand. And then this I bought directly from the brand again. So I always find, I have found that this version, I say this version, Liz Moore's has confirmed there's been no reformulation, but I just don't remember it smelling as green as this one does. So I said to Liz, oh, there's galbanum in here, and I never ever picked up on it in the previous bottles. Although as it's aged, I do think that galbanum note has calmed down. I do think this is one that just gets better and better with age. But Tobacco Rose to me is a sort of non-sweet, savoury rose. This one has got a hay note. I think this one also has a beeswax note. And what else? I can't remember. It's not a sweet fragrance. It doesn't go in that oriental direction. It doesn't go in an ambery direction. Yeah, it's very natural smelling, kind of earthy. Not that it smells like the earth, but almost, it's just that sort of savoury aspect of something that's very grounded. Savoury is the word that always comes to mind with this perfume, and it's beautifully, really long lasting and really changes gently on the skin. It's not a roller coaster, but you get lots of different aspects to it, and I just really enjoy it, almost as a palette cleanser, because most of my perfumes are sweet and ambery or vanilla, you know, floral ambers typically, but this one is a real different direction, but I still thoroughly enjoy it. I don't choose it as often as a lot of my other perfumes, which is why I've put it on this tray this month. And it feels like the kind of thing that can be worn any season at all. It might be a bit overwhelming for like a really hot day, but apart from that, it fits the spring season. One thing I'm going to be doing is putting a Teone Reinthal on my tray every month, because I'm finding that I'm not reaching for them very much as well, because they feel so special and they're also all pretty strong and pretty rich, and therefore they're not in that category that I keep talking about, that easy reach, grab and go category that I just keep going for. So this one is Honey Amber. I've already worn through a bottle before, and this is my second bottle. It's a really sweet frangipani. It's like an ambery oriental frangipane. There's more frangipani. There's more florals in here as well, I'm pretty sure. So it has that beachy feel because of the frangipani, but it isn't a beachy fragrance as such, in terms of it's no coconut, you know, there's no suntan lotion. Although I think it does come off. If you think of Pitt's Bewin suntan lotion, that's a really gorgeous white floral. I think that might be a frangipani or tiare flower scent. If you think of that, and you're in the right direction. So it does lean beachy without actually being a beachy perfume. It's quite rich, quite strong, quite sweet. I think most people that like sweet perfumes really would love this one. And as I say, I've just not been reaching for my Teones as much because of what I feel like wearing is typically lighter. So yeah, I am really looking forward to giving this a full wearing, because I feel beautiful when I wear that. One that I really loved when I first got it, and as you can see I've worn through more than half the bottle, maybe even 2/3 of the bottle here, is Tyger. And I haven't been reaching for it lately, hence why it's in this tray. And I think the reason for that is because the opening's quite peachy, fruity. It's really musky and powdery at the same time, but it's quite peachy, fruity, and peach and fruits and apricots and that kind of thing aren't really my cup of tea. I'm happy to smell them on other people, I'm happy to smell them, you know, in passing, but for me to wear something with a fairly noticeable peach, I just don't really feel like doing it quite a lot. But the dry down of this is so outstanding that it's so beautiful that I really need to wear this one more often. I am not considering getting rid of it. I did consider it once a little while ago, and then I did a spray on my arm, and I was like, you know, once the dry down kicked in and it got really powdery, musky, like your skin, but better, but more, so much more. And I just thought, no, there's no way I'm getting rid of it. I need to wear this, for God's sake. And I recently, I think it was last night, yesterday as well, I had this on the other arm. And yeah, that dry down. So I don't love the opening. I don't hate the opening. I don't dislike the opening. It's just a bit peachy. And I think after half an hour or so, then that peachiness calms down, and then that's just, yeah, that's when it is an outstanding perfume to me. So happy to give this a wearing or two this month. I've decided to throw in a grab and go. So one of the perfumes I've been wearing a lot of these last few months is Chanel Allure. Allure is almost similar to Samsara. So the first time I smelled Allure, I thought, oh, it's a bit like Samsara, and I went on Fragrantica and loads of people said the same. And then I read some reviews of people saying it smells nothing like Samsara. And the weird thing is, I don't find it that much like Samsara the longer I've had it, but I do think the opening, and when you just smell it like this, I do think it does smell a bit like Samsara. I think it's got quite a few notes in common. This is the one that, I think this is the one that doesn't have an ylang ylang note, but I would bet my bottom dollar that it probably does have ylang ylang in it. Certainly the flanker, the Eau Sensuelle, has a listed ylang ylang note, and you know, they are similar, although the Eau Sensuelle is like Allure meets Coco Mademoiselle. There's like a blending of the two. It's more patchouli. I don't know, is there patchouli in here? Maybe, but it's not very prominent, whereas obviously Coco Mademoiselle, it's a little stronger and noticeable, and in Allure Sensuelle there is a definite noticeable patchouli, but I still really like it. But this is, for me, this is beautiful. This is the Eau de Parfum. I have a little bit of Eau de Toilette left in a bottle upstairs as well. I sometimes wear that to bed. It is obviously a little bit lighter. It smells very, very similar. And yeah, so I would probably just choose the Eau de Parfum myself. Yeah, so it's like yellow. To me, it's a yellow floral, very powdery, a little bit of an ambery nature to it. Something somewhat tropical about it, and I think there's sandalwood. Must be sandalwood because it reminds me of Samsara quite a bit in that opening. So I'd say there's definitely sandalwood in here. Very easy to wear, grab and go, just smells so good when you wear it and just feel good. So that is Allure Eau de Parfum. We've got two more left. I'm really excited to wear this one. I haven't worn it for quite a while, and it is Vanille de Tahiti. I recently picked it up to re-sniff it because of the perfume guy, aka Sebastian Jara, did a review of the extrait of this fragrance, and that made me go upstairs, pick this up and spray some on. And then I was like, why the hell am I not wearing this? I hadn't worn it in ages. This is a stunning vanilla fragrance. It's a vanilla and ylang ylang. It has quite similar notes to ylang ylang Nosy Bee from the same brand, and I have bottles of both. I was crazy about ylang ylang Nosy Bee for a long time, and then recently haven't worn it very much. And I actually think I now prefer this one. I find ylang ylang Nosy Bee like a little bit too potent, a little bit too in your face, which I never used to. So it just goes to show our perfume tastes really change. This one now, it's something about, I've always said this sumptuous texture of this fragrance is suede-like. It doesn't smell like suede, but just think of the texture of a beautiful piece of suede. There's this just amazing texture in here. So the main notes to me is ylang ylang and vanilla. The vanilla is very full-bodied. I am 100% sure that they are using real vanilla in here, and maybe different varieties to give it that, the different nuances, the different texture that we have here. Really long lasting. I have had compliments on this perfume. It is rich, it's rich and strong, kind of tropical beachy as well. Again, without coconut, again, without suntan lotion, but just has that tropical island feel, I think, because of the florals and that sort of exotic, almost spicy nature of it. So really looking forward to wearing this one today. That's a Freudian slip. Am I wearing a perfume? I haven't put a perfume on. So let's make this the scent of the day. I've still got one more to talk about, so I probably shouldn't be spraying so much, but I don't know how much I've got left in here. This is one problem with this bottle. These bottles, you can't see through them. Is it opaque the right word? You can't see through them. This feels like there's not a great deal left. Like, plenty, but not like, I feel like it's probably not that much. Anyway, love it. It smells so good. It smells so bloody good. What a perfect day for it being so sunny as well. The final one, I did spray this. Did I actually wear this? I did wear this the other day actually. I haven't worn it very much. I haven't got a lid. It's a tester bottle of Adieu Sagesse, discontinued, and it's from Jean Patou, and it's their heritage line. They had a line that came out in sort of, I don't know how long ago it was now, like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. It's all been discontinued. The whole Jean Patou brand is discontinued. I explored quite a few of these perfumes because they're coming up very, very cheap on eBay. 30 to 40 pounds for a 100ml bottle. And these are such good quality. All of them that I've smelled, and I've smelled maybe 5, are amazing quality. One thing I noticed is that the opening can be exceptional, but the dry down can be a little bit, you know, it's nice, but it's not that amazing. So they start really, really well. This one, I think the first few hours are beautiful. It's a rhubarb scent, spray it in the air. Rhubarb, but very musky, floral, and kind of slightly vintage powdery. But the rhubarb is not really, really tart and hard to take. It's not too tangy. It's rounded out and sweetened up. So if you imagine the rhubarb and custard sweets are hard candies, as the Americans would say, take the custard away and think of the boiled sweet, the rhubarb part, the red bit. And that's how I perceive the rhubarb in this. So it's not like you just pulled it out the garden. It is sweetened, smooth, round, almost sugary. And then, but you have this powdery, floral, I don't know what the notes are. My best guess is musk, maybe iris, but stuff that's powdery and fluffy and cloud-like and slightly vintage, like old makeup, that sort of thing. Really, really nice. I like this one a lot. It doesn't, as I say, the really great stuff about it hangs around for, you know, a few hours, and then it just becomes one of those like Your Skin but better, like it loses its character a little bit. But I don't mind that, because at that point I'll just either respray or put something else on. I actually like my non-committal fragrances because I don't have that many. So if I don't have to wear it all day long because it's so complex and interesting and strong and long lasting, that's actually great for me as a fickle fragrance lover. I can just spray something else. I have more than enough, so I don't need to worry about fragrances lasting 12 hours. So that is Adieu Sagesse. I highly recommend checking out if you can find these for cheap like they are on eBay in the UK. I think they are actually worth, I don't normally say this, but you can't really test them, and I do think they are worth a blind buy. Obviously just do a lot of research to make sure you're going to enjoy the notes and how they play out. That is it. That's everything that's going to be on my perfume tray this month. Let me know what you're looking forward to wearing in the month of March, and I will see you soon. Bye!